Hey guys, I'm going to talk to you about the most underrated country in Asia. Well, maybe not the most underrated. It's actually picking up some popularity. Uh, and honestly, I'm going to be a little controversial. I think Cambodia is better than Thailand and better than Vietnam. So yes, it is Cambodia. I think it is better. And why might you ask? Well, I think it's better to work there. Let me clarify. Let's talk about the main thing that people want when they work out in Asia. And it's not necessarily money. Of course, no matter which job you go to, it's usually for the majority of people who have random bachelors, it's not going to be that great of money. But life is more than money, right? So, what's great about it is the work life balance. And you could just travel there to feel this sense of work life balance. It's not as, there's not as much hustle and bustle in Cambodia as there is in Vietnam. You could just look at the traffic, look at the pace of life. You could sense it. But also, I'm going off friends' experience. Working in schools, you can feel it with the schools. And you're wondering, why do we get paid so little? It's like because the job doesn't require a lot. It requires some effort, like any job. But in Cambodia, on average, from what I've heard, does not require a lot of effort. So they don't expect it to as much from you. So you just take your money and you have a lot of free time and you don't need to worry as much. The next thing I want to talk about is the people. I want to talk about the people. The people are, in my experience, friendlier than Vietnamese and even friendlier than Thais. Now, Vietnam has always been, in my experience, prejudiced towards other nationalities, and that's probably due to the wars and such, and also the Chinese influence. Yes, they seem to be more closed off, and this isn't just me saying it. I'm not saying anything new. Majority of people I know can sense it eventually. But in Cambodia, they're more open. They're more happy to see a foreigner. I'm not saying they worship you, though some might seem that way. I'm saying they seem less prejudiced. And that's the main thing I want to talk about. Is like, you got to consider not just the cost of living, you got to consider the culture and the people, how they treat you. And you could come to Vietnam, go to tourist spots, and have a great time. But when you live here long term, I feel like you start to sense it. Now, Thailand, it's a little more open. Of course, it's the land of smiles, but they're getting tired of foreigners. There's a lot of shit going on in Thailand. So Cambodia seems to be very open. And so many people left Cambodia or don't want to go with the recent happenings, apparently involving a French female and such. And so they appreciate tourism even more. And their history is kind of sad, to be honest. It's not kind of, it is sad. If you look into it about the genocide and such, and there's literal remains in a killing field, that you could still find some. It's a sad reality. But it is such a genuine and raw place to be. And despite what America has done to them in the past, they don't seem to be bitter. In my experience, they seem to be very friendly. And that's the coolest thing. The cost of living is cheap. It's a lot more expensive than other Southeast Asian countries. The quality of life might be a little below what you would experience in like Thailand or even Vietnam. But the culture, in my experience, is better. The workload is better, and also the visa situation is amazing. Like it's very easy to stay long term. So those are my thoughts on the fly about Cambodia, and that's why I think you should prioritize staying there if you want to work.